So we are migrating data from Pipedrive to HubSpot. And during the migration phase, you want to make it as the period where you're in both systems to be as minimal as possible. And you want the switchover to be quick and efficient because the chance of having incorrect data in one or the other system starts to go up the longer you have two systems operating. So I'm a huge fan of doing a migration over a weekend, but leading up to that migration, it's nice to have data in your new system, in this case HubSpot, so you can practice and look at like how your deals used to look in the old system and how everything's coming across in the new one. So right now what I want to show you is how to create a simple make automation to keep your contact records updated during the migration process. So first thing that I did, and I did this in a previous video, I call this the cross-referencing of record IDs between Pipedrive and HubSpot, or the round trip of a migration. You got to export data from Pipedrive into HubSpot and then export data from HubSpot back into Pipedrive. Once you've done that, what you will see is I have a bunch of contacts here that all have let's go to contacts. So I have a contact ID, HubSpot contact ID, and this is my Pipedrive ID. So I can take this contact ID for HubSpot, and if I go into HubSpot now, I can search that contact ID and pull up the exact contact that was inside of here. So that ability to cross-reference is super valuable if there are errors in data, so you can easily go correct those. Now, the problem is you keep getting new contacts during this, initial data import, and I make a list here of people that are not in HubSpot yet. So these people have all been created in the last 24 hours since I did my initial data import, and there's going to be more people created over the next over the next several weeks or however long this takes to migrate. And I need to make sure that all of these people are reflected and up to date inside of HubSpot. So how do we do that? We're going to create a make scenario. And I always like naming my scenarios right away. So we're going to call this Pipedrive to HubSpot contact update. And I also want to call this migration. So this is the migration from Pipedrive to HubSpot. And we're going to start out with a Pipedrive. So you're going to let me do that. Weird glitch there. All right, we're going to call this Pipedrive to HubSpot contact update during migration. Copy. Pipedrive. Let's search for contacts or people, person, new person event triggers on one of those. So I want that. We're going to create a webhook and call this 9 Pipedrive person updated. And the action is going to be updated. And there we go. Save. See if I can paste this in. There we go. Looks like we're good now. Then I want to go here and we're going to have a HubSpot one for update contact. So I want to update a contact. But if I don't have a contact, if I don't have the contact in HubSpot yet, I also need to create another one. That would be create a contact. So we're going to have this one. And this is where we've got a router here. So the first one is only going to go down this path if HS contact ID exists. So we want to take in the Pipedrive one, HS contact ID, So if HS contact ID exists, go down the first path. If not, go down this. And we're going to make this the fallback. If HS contact ID does not exist, then take this path. And then, so again, person is updated or added, boom, goes down this route. Here, I want to update the contact in HubSpot that is based on HS contact ID. So we're taking that one. And then I want to just select the fields that I would like. So I'm going to do first name, and last name. And let's also do email. And here I want to do if empty. So we want to take the first one, which is going to be, let's take all the email fields. And I want to do the I guess that's what it's going to be. Only have one email. I guess that's it. We don't even need the if empty. So we are going to remove that. And we're also going to do the phone. Phone number. I think what we're going to do is I want to do run this module only. And we're waiting. I'm going to go make an edit here. So let's add a person. Okay, so we have a person here. And let's see, does that change any of our options? HS contact ID and phone number. First name, last name, phone. Let's do street. So we're adding in all these fields here. City. Okay. So did that. I'm going to hit save down here. Do some more authenticating. Email. So map all these and state, region. All right, so we have that. The thing is, the last piece here is after we create the contact inside of HubSpot, we do want to add one more here, which is Pipedrive, and go back and update the contact or person, update person, update a person. And we are going to do this once again, got to get permission. So the person ID that we're going to do is the person ID that triggered this whole thing. And all we care about is the HS contact ID. And that's what we're going to update. So save that. We'll go ahead and hit back and save. And then we can go ahead and turn this on. And now let's see if we can get this to fire. So if we do inside of here, let's say that I'm just going to put in a fake number here. So 1, and we have answer. Let's see if it runs through here. Oh, shoot. I do not want to do that because it can't find that. That was not a good idea. Let's go back to answer. Okay, so now okay. So the first time it failed because I had a fake ID that didn't obviously exist in HubSpot. Second time it worked and it created a new contact. And then if we look back at this, if I refresh this there, his contact ID from HubSpot is now in there. So let's go back to our all people list. And what I need to do is edit something that is less critical. So let's do like one of these address fields. So that little edit here is enough to trigger the automation to run. We'll see those disappear and then they're going to get created inside of HubSpot. So now I have all my people in there as well. And as you can see, moving forward, all of the anyone that gets added here is going to be added inside of HubSpot and vice versa. So that's a just really critical thing to make sure that there are no people or deals that get added to your old system. You want to make sure they all get into the new system as well, and during this period of migration. So that's a little trick that hopefully you found valuable. And keep in mind that migrations are super critical. They're like, they're the hardest part of switching to new software. So if you don't do this right, if you don't have a good plan, it can wreak havoc on your business. So we do this all the time at Boolean. If you have any other questions or want to reach out and see what it would cost for us to do this for you, please don't hesitate. You can find all that information down below. Or as always, drop a comment, question, and let me know what else you'd like to see. And we'll see you in the next video.